It's a beautiful art and dance film that will definitely tug at the strings of your heart.
Dina is standing by with more.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we all remember the Thomas Fire, right? This was the biggest fire in modern California state history. More than 240,000 acres burned. More than 100,000 people were displaced as a result of this. And we know that at least 100, or rather 1,000 structures burned. And this morning, I want to feature a group of artists and dancers who are proud to be able to showcase a bit of a lyrical routine that they were able to do on the site of one of the burned down homes. It is just a moving piece that I found on Vimeo, actually, and I thought, you know what, we've got to help spread the word because they are raising funds for the fire victims from the Thomas Fire. So joining us from Southern California this morning via Skype, these three amazing ladies. So we have Jane Chan, who is the director of the film, which we're going to show you. Also, Snejana Daly, who is the producer, and Brooklyn Reeves, who is the choreographer behind this piece. Ladies, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for what you're doing. Tell me what the inspiration behind this piece was. Why choose to do a dance number like this on the site of a home that had burned down?
Thank you so much for having us. So the idea for Phoenix came from a conversation with our cinematographer, Jake Bianco, who shot this piece. We realized we were able to see the smoke from the Thomas Fire every day in Los Angeles, but the media was no longer talking about it. So we really wanted to create an emotional film that would work as a PSA, call to action, to shed some light on the much needed aftermath of such a devastation and to really bring awareness to the victims that have been affected by the fires.
Absolutely. And this film, it's titled Phoenix. It was just put on the internet last week. And so I know you're getting hundreds and hundreds of views by the day, but this is very fresh still. So for many of our viewers, this will be the first time they get to see it. Why choose dance? Why use this medium to try to raise awareness about such a tragic thing that had happened in Southern California?
So for us, this was a really emotional piece. So it was super important to be able to portray the emotions throughout like the entire body. There's only so much you can do with a face and showing expressions. We really wanted to kind of have the emotion be embodied by the full human and kind of shown in that way. So Jane had the idea of working with the 5 stages of grief, and we only had the dancers for a day. So we didn't actually have like a full day of rehearsal or anything. We had them for about 3 hours prior to shooting.
Wow.
So we decided to make it improv based. So we gave them like these blanket prop things of negative space and then coming into contact and then finally like surrendering into the support of the group, because we just wanted to show that the people that have been affected, it's okay to ask for help and to accept help, because you're not going to be able to rebuild completely by yourself. So yeah, that's kind of why we chose to use dance.
I have chills watching this video, and this is probably my 5th or 6th time seeing it, but it's just so moving. I know you all are hoping to raise funds for the victims of the fire. Tell me what you're expecting the goal to be with putting this piece out into the universe.
Well, first and foremost, the goal was to create a piece that connected the viewer to the experience of losing everything, but then also to talk about what happens after that when people need the most support. We wanted to provide a tangible way for anyone who was emotionally moved and inspired to give back. We want to empower people to feel like they can actually do something about it. So after the video, we've included links to pages like Direct Relief, where you can donate to the recovery. We've also included a litany of vetted GoFundMe pages of people all over California who have been victims of the wildfires. So we're just putting it out there in the universe, making sure that these communities know that people still support them, care about them, and giving people an avenue to donate.
Absolutely. And I understand that the 6 dancers in this didn't even know each other before this, didn't know somebody specifically impacted, but that just shows the volume of how far-reaching these fires were. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. We know that we have a lot of people locally who have dealt with fires as well, so I think this is really going to hit close to home for so many of them, and we're going to put the link to view that video and how you can help those fire victims on our website a little later today. But guys, back over to you.
Tremendous effort on their part to to bring that.
And you're right, it's so moving.
Yes.
So moving.
Very well
Absolutely.
done. Thank you, Dina.